Warning: this video might scare you. If you're easily frightened, it's best not to watch. Viewer discretion is advised.
In a TikTok video that's gone viral, a Brazilian woman named Melina from Nova Trento shared a spooky moment she didn't even notice at first. She was recording herself celebrating Mother's Day, happily showing off a dessert and a gift from her son. But 2 days later, she spotted something creepy in the footage. Take a closer look. In the mirror behind her, a pale face seems to be staring right at her, almost as if someone is standing in front of her. The strange part? No one else was there when she recorded the video. The clip has already racked up over 3 million views on TikTok, with viewers debating what could have caused the eerie reflection. Some guessed it might be the reflection of a TV or a photo on the wall, but Melina cleared this up in a follow-up video. She explained there's no TV in front of her, and what some thought was a photo is actually a print of the Beatles. But it looks nothing like the face in the mirror. Plus, the print is placed at a completely different angle. Melina also pointed out that behind her is just a backyard, no walls or screens that could explain the face. At the time, her husband and son were home, but neither of them were nearby when the video was taken. Many people are convinced it's a ghost, saying the mirror could be haunted. Others think it might just be a trick of the light or a reflection from something unknown. Despite all the theories, one big question remains. Who, or what, is that figure in the mirror? Could the mirror really be cursed or haunted? This chilling video comes from an Estonian urban exploration channel called Horrifying. In the video, the host and a group of explorers visit an abandoned building late at night, intending to document the eerie structure for their YouTube channel. At first, everything seems like a regular exploration, until they reach the upper floor. That's when things take a terrifying turn. As they move through one of the rooms, they notice a curtain hanging over a doorway. Curious, Horrifying takes a peek behind it. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream erupts from the other side, sending the entire group into a panic as they scramble to escape the building. The video, titled, "This intense incident happened recently in a village in India." As human populations have grown rapidly in recent decades, more land has been taken over from wildlife. This often causes animals to wander into towns and villages, leading to dangerous encounters. This time, it wasn't an elephant but an aggressive rhino, and things got out of hand quickly.
What?
The rhino starts by charging at a man on a bike, completely wrecking it. Fortunately, the man managed to escape by hiding behind some trees. The animal then ran through the village streets. However, it seemed less interested in chasing people and more focused on finding its way back to the jungle. Since rhinos have poor eyesight, it's likely the animal didn't even notice the man after the initial charge. Thankfully, no one was hurt in this frightening encounter. But it's easy to imagine how things could have ended differently if someone had been in the rhino's path. This eerie footage comes from the channel Maximum Disclosure. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary view of a kitchen at night, captured by a security camera with the lights turned off. For a while, everything looks completely normal. But then, something truly strange happens. A faint, hazy figure appears in the doorway, a ghostly apparition that only lingers for a moment before disappearing. What do you think? Was this a genuine paranormal encounter, or is there another explanation? Let me know your thoughts. A family experienced a terrifying ordeal when a motorbike battery suddenly exploded inside their home. The frightening moment was captured on their surveillance camera, and the homeowners shared the footage online to raise awareness about the risks. The family was relaxing in their living room when the battery, which was charging nearby, unexpectedly caught fire and exploded. In an instant, the mother grabbed her son and rushed him to safety. Meanwhile, the father ran out from the kitchen to cut the power, but was forced to retreat as multiple explosions followed. In just a minute, the room was filled with thick smoke. The explosions burned through the curtains and set the nearby sofa ablaze, turning a peaceful evening into a truly horrifying experience. Let this serve as a chilling reminder to always be cautious with charging devices. At first, everything seems normal as the motorcyclist stops at an intersection. But the moment they start moving again, the situation takes a shocking turn.
Jesus.
As the rider begins crossing the intersection, a car suddenly appears out of nowhere, crashing into a few vehicles ahead. The collision sends the motorcyclist sliding under another car as it comes to a halt. Clearly shaken, the rider manages to get up and walk to the curb to collect himself. Thankfully, he appears to have escaped without any physical injuries, though the mental toll and damage to his bike are undeniable. While the motorcyclist was fortunate, the other cars involved may not have been so lucky. Always prioritize safety on the road. It could save lives. This next unsettling video comes from TikTok user DailyUTLRPD, who works as a caregiver monitoring her clients through a camera to ensure their safety. One client in particular has left her deeply unnerved. The caregiver claims she often senses something strange in the client's flat, and what she eventually started seeing on camera only added to her fear.
But you gotta watch this video, y'all. You see that move under the bed? Like, I know for a fact this goes to my client's house. I be seeing, you see it keep moving, like right there under the bed. It's moving back and forth. You see it? It come out and go back. If she in bed sleep, she ain't moved an ounce. But do you see how it keep coming out, going back in? This is no joke. My client truly has ghosts in her house. You see it? She don't have a dog, she don't have a cat. But it's always something moving in her room, on camera, at night, no doubt. I'm gonna let's be still so y'all can see. You see it moving in there again? Look at that. It's moving up by the bed now on the frame. And then you'll see it move again. You see that? I think I'm tripping. Maybe I want to. It's real live ghost in here in our house. And no matter how I turn the camera, that ghost is in that room and it ain't going nowhere.
In the footage, she points out a mysterious movement under the bed, a shape that seems to appear, shift back and forth, and then vanish. The client remains fast asleep the entire time, and there are no pets in the home to explain the movement. At one point, a white floating form even seems to rise next to the client, while another faint shape lingers under the bed. The caregiver recorded this footage to prove she wasn't imagining things and now believes her client's home may be haunted. However, whether the spirit is good or bad remains unknown. As a caregiver, she feels even more responsibility to keep a close eye on her client's well-being. So, what do you think? This shocking CCTV footage, reportedly from Malaysia, captures a man trying to enjoy a peaceful afternoon nap when his rest is abruptly and violently cut short. Out of nowhere, a massive blue truck comes crashing straight through the area where he's sleeping, narrowly missing him by just a few feet. It's hard to imagine a more startling wake-up call, and it's safe to say this man had quite a scare. Thankfully, he managed to escape unharmed, but the close call is enough to leave anyone shaken. Talk about an unexpected way to wake up. This video comes from TikTok user BunnySquid95, who recently moved into an apartment she believes is haunted. Claiming frequent paranormal activity, she started documenting these strange occurrences, and this video is one of her most unsettling captures.
Okay, goodbye. Hi guys, I had just gotten up to show everybody that my fan is just a regular oscillating fan. It's not anything that would be able to move. A ceramic cup, as you can see now. And then I started hearing some noises, so I was going to just record and see what happened. Okay, so you can see a lot of the activity is centered mostly in my kitchen. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's just outline this. The paper towel and the water bottle. Oh, okay. Are we in the chair then? Is that what I'm supposed to see? Hello? Oh, okay. It's currently 12:35 in the afternoon. It's daylight out. I was hearing noises, so I wanted to turn on the reality ripple effect. It's gonna make me get up, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so this has never happened before. Middle of the day, but okay. I'm just gonna go back to my room now. Oh, okay. I was just trying to chill, Jesus, for a little while before I went to work.
In the footage, she calmly explains that her fan is just a normal oscillating fan, not something that could move heavy objects like a ceramic cup. Yet, as she records, eerie noises begin to echo from her kitchen, where most of the activity seems to occur. She notes that the garage, located directly below the kitchen, also has its share of strange happenings. Throughout the video, objects appear to move on their own, and at one point, she turns on a special camera effect to capture any anomalies. Despite these unsettling events happening in broad daylight, her calm and collected demeanor surprises many viewers. So, what do you think? Is this a genuine haunting, or could there be another explanation? Redditor 420 Dougie recently shared a video that's creating quite a buzz online. Captured around 4:30 a.m. on August 17, 2023, the footage shows some strange events that have viewers guessing. In the clip, the homeowner moves casually around their living room when a bag suddenly drops off the counter without explanation. Shortly after, a nearby chair shifts slightly, almost as if it moved by itself. Some viewers are quick to label this as paranormal, while others are suggesting simpler reasons, like maybe the bag was barely balanced, or the chair was already off kilter. What's your take on this? Are we witnessing something supernatural, or is there a logical explanation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
This video is definitely one that will have you on edge, whether you're nervously watching or yelling at your screen. I'm not saying this lightly, believe me. In the clip, a mixer truck is seen making a turn on the road. But instead of blending into the flow of traffic, it oddly starts to reverse. The problem? A man on a scooter is directly behind the truck, completely out of the driver's sight. What happens next is 15 seconds of pure tension. At one point, it really seemed like the scooter rider was about to be crushed under the truck. Luckily, he narrowly avoided disaster and got away without any serious injuries.
The YouTube channel, Mr. Red, run by a young gamer named Ruben, usually focuses on video game content, with his only paranormal encounters happening in horror games. But all of that changed during a road trip to France with friends. The video starts off like any travel vlog, showing the group exploring the sights, but by the end, things take an unexpectedly creepy turn. While exploring, Ruben and his friends stumble upon an old World War II bunker in the Maritime Alps, a mountainous region on the France-Italy border. They decide to split up, leaving Ruben with one friend to venture into the bunker alone. As they enter, they immediately feel a strange sense of unease. The tunnels turn out to be much deeper than expected.
Jesus, so much new.
Even holding patches of snow despite the summer heat. As they carefully move through the narrow, dark passageways, something eerie happens.
Ja, is goed, je gaat terug.
Down a long tunnel, the camera appears to capture a shadowy figure just a few feet away. At first, they think it's one of their friends playing a prank, but no one jumps out, and they hear no footsteps. Later, while reviewing the footage, Ruben notices the figure, convinced he may have captured an actual ghost. So, what do you think? Was this a supernatural encounter, or could it have been a trick of the light? Let us know in the comments. In this eerie video, YouTuber Mocabia shares a strange encounter that took place outside his home on January 4th, 2023. Around midnight, Mocabia noticed a man repeatedly showing up outside his house playing the guitar. At first, he thought it was just unusual but harmless. However, the man's behavior became unsettling. For hours, the stranger remained in front of Mocabia's home, playing music and lurking around as if scouting the property.
Hey YouTube, it's your main Compilation, and today I have kind of a scary video or strange video, if you want to call it. I just found it very strange that in the middle of 12 a.m. and like this had happened. There was a guy who just so happened to be in front of my house playing the guitar, and what was strange about it was there was really no context behind it. He just picked my house and started playing the guitar. What was weird is he started lurking around my front yard as if though he wants to break in or something like that. Well, what I found weird is he's been playing the guitar at my house for around, I'd say, 2 hours, and honestly, if you're playing the guitar at 12 a.m., there should be no need to, you know? Like, I just feel like very strange behavior. Originally, I just brushed it off when he was in my house or at my house for like maybe 20 minutes, but it was kind of weird how he kind of just stayed there, like sitting in front for quite a while, and honestly, I didn't really want to interact with him because I don't really know neighbor's house or front yard, and as a matter of fact, he I had to tilt my camera because I was like, is he looking at me? And I don't know if he was looking at me or, you know, it just...
Mokabia even suspected the man might be attempting to break in or planning something suspicious. Mokabia compares this encounter to a previous experience he recorded with a man he called the Whistle Man, someone who also exhibited unusual, unsettling behavior near his home. What made this guitar player's presence even more disturbing was the isolated location of Mokabia's house. With no visible audience or reason to perform, the man's actions seemed increasingly odd. Was he just a lonely musician, or was there a more sinister motive behind his late-night performance? The encounter leaves an unsettling mystery. YouTuber Dark Ghost Paranormal explores an abandoned school bunker in Germany, rumored to be intensely haunted. From the moment he enters, the bunker's decayed state, filled with debris and scattered rubble, creates a haunting atmosphere. Setting up a stationary camera in one of the dark, desolate hallways, he captures chilling footage that adds to the eerie vibe.
Дай мне знак, если я в этой комнате. Дай мне знак, если надо где-то еще искать. Ты специально меня сюда заманила? Отпусти меня.
As he moves through the bunker, Dark Ghost encounters bizarre phenomena, including a piece of furniture moving mysteriously and an unsettling incident with a box in another room. The oppressive atmosphere only intensifies with strange sounds echoing through the corridors, self-locking doors, and unexplained movements of objects. Despite his growing fear, he persists, though the experience becomes increasingly unbearable. In the end, he decides to leave, shaken by the unexplainable encounters. But was this truly paranormal activity, or could there be another explanation? What do you think? This recent viral clip captures the tragic final moments of a young man's life in a heartbreaking accidental recording. The 21-year-old driving through the roads of Petaling Jaya, Malaysia, had one hand on the wheel and the other on his phone. Though the road ahead seemed clear, a large truck was approaching from behind. In an instant, the truck collided with him, launching him off his motorbike and onto the side of the road. Tragically, he did not survive the impact, leaving a haunting reminder of the dangers of distracted driving. This chilling video was posted by Instagram user brandy.g31, where Brandy recounts a terrifying experience while babysitting her friend's dog in her trailer. One morning around 5:30 a.m., she woke up to the sound of someone whispering in her ear, followed by unsettling noises coming from her back bedroom. She had previously experienced eerie events, including shadows moving and creepy growling sounds. Fearing the worst, she decided to record the incident.
Okay, y'all, check this out. I was going about to cook and I found this hand, or whatever you call this, on my icebox. Now look at it. It's not me. I don't have any kids. Just a dog, as you can see right here. Just a dog, and that's surely not his. So what the hell is this? And it's got one, two, three, four fingers. And look how small. What the hell is...
As she checks her kitchen, she discovers an unnerving handprint on her icebox. 4-fingered and far too small to belong to her dog or any child. On top of this, her boyfriend's uncle, who passed away in an old camper next to her new trailer, had reportedly caused paranormal disturbances before. The dog she was babysitting began acting strange, staring down the hallway and barking at nothing. With these bizarre occurrences mounting, it's clear Brandy is dealing with something beyond her control. So, what do you think? Is she really
This chilling footage was captured on September 25, 2024 in Mexico. After a severe storm, the ground beneath a house gave way, causing a massive landslide. The situation worsened as the pool's weight caused the entire concrete structure to collapse. Sadly, this resulted in the house at the bottom of the hill being flooded. It seems like the pool was poorly placed, with tons of water sitting on the edge of a property, with an unstable earth bank nearby. It's doubtful that any proper survey was done before construction. Unfortunately, in Mexico, as long as you pay a fee, you can build without inspections or strict regulations.
being haunted? Imagine this: you're out camping, you unzip your tent, and right there is a massive bear just a few feet away. You can hear the sounds of camera clicks and shutters, as if the bear's just another wildlife model posing for its close-up. Honestly, if I were the bear, I'd be annoyed enough to give the camper a little scare just for the noisy photos. Joking aside, though, it's possible that the campsite is intentionally set up for people to capture up-close shots of these incredible animals. Meanwhile, you can hear the bear's huffing and grunting as it forages around for food. Adding a raw intensity to this video comes from TikTok user omixgay44, who recorded something disturbing happening in his apartment.
That's my sister's dog. What the
In the footage, he captures what appears to be paranormal activity, likely caused by a malicious poltergeist that seems to be making his life difficult. The video starts with the user hearing strange noises, and as he checks, the disturbances only intensify. There are loud knocks and bangs on the door, accompanied by other unsettling phenomena. In an attempt to calm himself, he turns on the lights, but the eerie events continue.
I don't know what the is going on. I'm gonna turn some lights on because people tell me I need to do that shit, so I'm going to. What the fuck?
Frightened by the increasingly disturbing occurrences, Oma44 decides to leave his home and stay with a friend until his sister can move in with him. The question remains, is this recording genuine, or is it just another hoax? The unsettling nature of the events has left many viewers questioning the reality behind the footage. Number 9. This shocking video comes from China, allegedly captured by CCTV cameras in the Ling province. It shows a man who lifts his t-shirt above his stomach, but the real scary moment in this clip happens soon after. At first, the video seems like it's going to show something happening to the people sitting at the table, but instead, an electricity pole suddenly falls out of nowhere, landing right in the path of two people who are walking, seemingly a mother and her daughter. It almost feels like a scene from Final Destination, where fate narrowly misses them. Remarkably, the situation is averted when a car blocks the pole from hitting them. In an odd twist, the Mother of the Year moment comes when, instead of staying with her daughter, she runs away, leaving her child behind. Thankfully, both the mother and daughter remain unharmed, but it's a chilling reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. This next video comes from the channel Dark Elias, where two Peruvian schoolboys decided to visit their school at night. However, their seemingly innocent trip quickly turned into a terrifying experience that left them completely shaken.
Han salido, no diga cosas. Para limpiar acá adentro y no. Está mal. Pero rato, pero tenemos que limpiar, causa. Yo estoy solo acá, que chucha. ¿Quién me va a ayudar? Esa huevón, pe. Acabo de bloquearnos grabando, weón. Ay, no está batería. Vaya, check it out. Hotel. Ven, check it out. ¡Tarao! Oyara, Lucho, no. Oh, concha tu madre. La dos, huevón. No, que chivolo, huevón, vamos a ver. No sea huevón, no. No sea huevón, no. Oyara, oh. Oh, vamos a ver, mierda. Concha tu madre, se abrió la puerta, huevón. Oyara, oh, huevón, corre. ¿Qué chucha? ¿Qué fue eso? Corre.
As they moved through the school, they noticed a flickering light coming from one of the classrooms. When they went to investigate, they were confronted by something even stranger.
Oh, corre. Por esa huevón, no, qué chucha. Oh, ya. Oh, corre. Oh, uy, la silla. Oh, Lucho, me dio miedo. Oh, no prende la luz. Oh, Lucho, ven, corre. Huevón, tiene que ir conmigo. Concha tu mano. Oh, Lucho, corre, concha tu mano. Corre abajo. Corre, concha tu mano.
The door to the classroom had opened on its own, and chairs began to fly out of the room, tossed around as if by an unseen force. Terrified, the boys immediately fled the scene, running as fast as they could to escape the unexplainable event. What do you think happened here? Is this just a spooky coincidence, or did they encounter something truly paranormal? YouTuber Mr. Omega decided to spend a night in the abandoned Spooner's Tunnel, an old railway tunnel built in 1891 and abandoned in 1955, after failing to connect to the National Railway network. Upon arrival, he hesitates at the dark entrance, realizing just how eerie this place is at night.
What? I want to be spending a night in this thing. Oh no. I don't know about this guy. What the frick? Oh, there's my baby. This is my massive dolphin torch. It's a really good torch, as you can see. It pretty much shine right down to the end of the tunnel there, so this thing will do the trick, I'm sure. And as you can see out here, It is totally dark now. The sun's gone right down. There's no more light left. If I turn my light off now, this is the freaky thing. When I turn this light off, it is totally pitch black and silent. You ready? Here we go.
Using his powerful dolphin torch, he shines it down the tunnel and begins his exploration as darkness completely takes over. After setting up camp, he realizes there's no cell signal inside, so he heads back to the entrance to check the time. When he re-enters around 4 a.m., he hears strange noises and becomes uneasy.
I hear some sort of tune. Max, come here. Come here. Max. Who's that, Max? The action? Can you guys hear that? Max, where is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that? Hello? What is that? Max, what is that? Hello? Is there somebody here? That's just creepy as... What the hell? What is that? Oh!
Suddenly, he spots a figure staring at him from a manhole, which frightens him, and he quickly runs out of the tunnel. Strangely, his dog, Max, who is usually very alert, doesn't react to the figure, leaving Mr. Omega questioning whether he encountered a real person or something supernatural. What do you think? Was it just someone wandering the tunnel, or did he capture something paranormal?
A video shared on TikTok shows just how dangerous elevators can be if they aren't properly maintained. In the clip, the counterweight of an elevator snaps, causing the main elevator cabin to plummet down the shaft at high speed, sending dust flying everywhere. It makes you wonder, could someone survive a free-falling elevator by jumping right before it hits the ground? This video seems to give a pretty clear answer to that question.
This chilling CCTV footage shows a worker tossing garbage into a fire that looks like molten lava. Suddenly, fiery drops start raining down in all directions. Thankfully, the worker managed to get out just in time, avoiding any contact with the molten material. What we're seeing here is likely molten aluminum, which doesn't glow as brightly once it's removed from the melter. At these high temperatures, any trapped water can instantly turn to steam, creating a rapid and dangerous explosion if confined. A couple in Mexico who explore haunted sites believes that a vengeful female spirit followed them home, bringing terrifying paranormal activity with it. Memo and Patty, who have 2 children, started live streaming their experiences on YouTube to share evidence of these unsettling events. One night, they were woken by strange sounds outside their bedroom door. Since that night, the eerie activity has only intensified.
¡Te despojo! ¡Lárgate!
La ventana. ¿En esa? Sí, no puede, es imposible que haya alguien ahí parado. Y les voy a demostrar por qué. Jálale aquí. Chéquense. ¿A dónde está la ventana?
Another time, while live streaming as they arrived home, Memo briefly panned his phone's camera past their house window, and viewers quickly noticed a dark silhouette standing inside, even though the house was supposed to be empty.
TikToks, vamos a darle con Tokio. Vamos a darle muy bien esta noche a la platicada.
Memo tried to explain it as a reflection, but he found no logical answer. In a later stream, Memo went live to show some strange scratches on his car, which had been parked all day. Suddenly, he heard loud banging from inside a storage room. Rushing inside, he witnessed their children's playhouse sliding across the floor by itself. As Memo checked around, convinced an animal had gotten in, viewers pointed out something terrifying.
¿Quién está ahí? Hola. ¿Quién está ahí? Hola. Hola. No mames. No mames.
A tall, shadowy figure seemed to be peeking at him from behind a shelf, though Memo didn't see it at the time. So, what do you think? Is this the spirit haunting Memo and Patty, or something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts below. Peachy Keith shared a video featuring a dad who has been documenting some strange occurrences in his new house. While he and his son are alone, they suddenly hear unusual noises coming from the kitchen, prompting the dad to record what happens next.
Can I get it now?
Stay there.
In the video, you can see the strange activity unfolding. Peachy Keith suspects that a poltergeist might be at work here. Some viewers think the audio could have been edited to include door banging sounds, but considering the dad has experienced other odd events, it raises the question of whether it's genuine or not. What do you think? Is it real or fake? Share your thoughts. Dramatic body cam footage captures a heroic moment when a citizen helped police catch a shoplifting suspect at a Walmart in Peachtree City. The video shows a police officer searching for a suspect who had fled from a nearby Home Depot. As the officer gives chase, a quick-thinking shopper intervenes. With remarkable focus, the shopper strategically pushes his cart into the suspect's path, causing him to come to a stop. Thankfully, no one was injured during this takedown. The heartwarming footage also shows other shoppers helping the customer gather his scattered groceries. The officer, clearly impressed, gives the man a pat on the back for his quick actions. Authorities later identified the suspect as 41-year-old Marcus Smith from Forsyth, Georgia, who now faces charges of felony shoplifting and obstruction. The YouTube channel Really Haunted is run by Lee, who claims to live in a supposedly haunted apartment. In his recent video, Lee is asleep on the sofa when a dark shadowy figure appears beside him. The figure slowly approaches and seems to push him off the sofa onto the floor. Could this be a sinister entity trying to scare Lee away from his home, or might it be a carefully planned hoax? What do you think? Years ago, John Hooker and John Mikowski bought an old, remote home in California. Shortly after moving in, the two began to experience unsettling events that left them questioning if something malevolent was lurking within their home. It started innocently with a bathroom door mysteriously opening and closing by itself. Hooker, an amateur photographer, used his Polaroid camera to capture these moments, and to his horror, the photos revealed eerie images and mysterious faces, giving them the feeling that they were not alone.
Again, that's when I snapped it, and that's the picture with the scary face on it. First I thought it had to be a joke because it looks so much like the stereotypical, ooh, scary.
Over the years, thousands of unsettling messages appeared on their Polaroids. One particularly unnerving message included a phrase in Latin, corpus deity, or body of the crime, making them wonder if something sinister lay buried beneath their home. To gain answers, they invited paranormal investigators, who captured disturbing images with their own cameras, one of which appeared to spell dig here.
Something that I've seen a lot, and a few other people have seen, are these shadow people, I guess is what you call them, because they're like shadows, but they're in the...
A group photo taken later revealed an unexplainable figure standing among the guests, sending shivers down their spines. For nearly 3 decades, John H. and John M. have been haunted by strange happenings and mysterious entities. But what do you think, was their home truly haunted? Or could it all have been an elaborate tale spun over the years? The truth might remain just out of reach. In this video, a thief and their lookout partner execute a quick, daring break-in on a parked truck. With the lookout on guard, the thief smashes a window, reaches inside, and hurriedly grabs the trucker's belongings. It's a swift and calculated heist, as the thief rifles through the cab for anything valuable. When the lookout signals that someone is approaching, the thief makes a quick escape, leaving the cab in disarray and the shattered glass as evidence of their bold act. Eerie clip, uploaded by Mark DeFalco to TikTok on May 20th, 2020, is sure to unsettle anyone wary of cemeteries. Mark recorded his exploration after noticing an accident where a car had somehow crashed into a cemetery, damaging tombstones. As he walks deeper into the grounds, he hears something chilling, the unmistakable sound of a woman weeping.
Real lucky. Hello? You alright? You okay? What the hell? What the f is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
The cries are heart-wrenching, filled with pain and sorrow. But as he rounds the corner of the damaged vehicle, there's no one there. Mark searches, expecting to see the woman somewhere nearby, but she's nowhere in sight, leaving him visibly unsettled. Was this a spirit in distress, or could it have been a real person who simply disappeared? Let me know your theories on the origin of the mysterious weeping woman. This next unsettling video was shared by Alicia B., who captured something chilling around 11 p.m. While waiting in her car. Alicia had gone to pick up her boyfriend as usual, but this time she noticed something strange near a nearby motel.
Bruh, focus. That's it right. What the bro? What the?
Initially, everything seemed ordinary until a shadowy figure began appearing and disappearing in the distance. Captivated by what she saw, Alicia started filming. The silhouette seemed to flicker in and out, like it was phasing through reality itself. Shocked and puzzled, Alicia shared the footage, hoping for answers. Was it a trick of the light, a shadow person, or something else entirely? Number 21. This next video captures a tense scene involving a car swerving to avoid a woman lying on the road. Initially, it was unclear why she was there, but it was later found that she was a drunk driver who had lost control of her car, ended up in a ditch, and decided to lie down on the roadside. Thankfully, a patrolling police officer arrived just in time to prevent what could have turned into a fatal accident. This close call highlights how a single poor choice could have had disastrous consequences. In this unsettling footage from a 2018 interrogation, we witnessed Thomas Perez Jr. confessing to a murder he didn't commit his own father's. The chilling aspect? Perez's confession only came after enduring a grueling 17-hour interrogation where officers used intense psychological tactics, even threatening to euthanize his dog. Despite his denial, he eventually agreed with the interrogators, stating he was responsible for his father's death.
No, I did.
Yes, you did. Yeah, Daddy's dead because of you.
No.
Yes, not only that, but poor Morgan here. Margot. Sorry. Margot had a witness. Yeah. I walked through the blood. Yeah.
Ironically, his father was alive and later proved his innocence by calling the police himself. Perez ultimately received $898,000 in damages after a judge ruled the interrogation had crossed into psychological torture.
Imagine you're at home, going about your day when you start hearing odd noises coming from the kitchen. At first you ignore it, but the sound keeps coming back. What could be causing it? Well, that's exactly what happened to some residents in West Java, Indonesia. But instead of a rat or small critter, they found a huge monitor lizard hiding in their ceiling.
Tutupnya. Ya ini saya gedein, Bang. Ya, enggak. Udah lama ini kepegangan ini. Ya Allah. Alhamdulillah. Belum mampus turun sendiri ya Allah. Alhamdulillah. Tuh, lihatin tuh. Gede banget tuh.
It was so large that even the officials who came to remove it had trouble handling the creature. It's hard to imagine how something that big even got up there. Thankfully, the lizard was safely relocated without harm, making sure both the people and the animal were out of danger.
Would you dare to camp near the dead? Most of us wouldn't think twice before saying no, but this adventurous couple chose to set up their campsite surrounded by bodies, resting on the ground as if part of some ritual. The scene in the video shows bodies laid out and covered, creating a surreal, eerie atmosphere that would make anyone shiver. Yet they seemed unfazed by the unsettling presence of the deceased. How would you react if you came across something like this on a camping trip? Personally, I'd be out of there in a heartbeat. The video features a man named Jack who was on his way home from a hunting trip, driving down a secluded forest road. Suddenly, he heard loud barking mixed with someone shouting, so he slowed down, unsure of what was going on. Out of nowhere, a figure rushed out from the darkness toward his car, urgently pointing ahead. Jack, unsure of what was happening, switched on his high beams to get a better look, and that's when he saw it. In the beam of light, he caught sight of something massive gripping a dog, refusing to let go. Jack made the quick decision to step in and help, but the video abruptly cuts off, leaving us in suspense. The footage is blurry, so it's difficult to make out exactly what was there, but the unsettling moment is left to you, the viewers, to interpret. What do you think Jack encountered on that dark road? In this unsettling video, a man went solo camping and vanished, leaving only his final recorded moments behind. The footage begins with him documenting his camping experience, but things take a dark turn as he starts hearing eerie noises from outside his tent.
I brought the 8-person tent, or the 6-person tent. I haven't pulled this thing out in a long time, so I thought first of the season I should pull that out, give it a go. It's about that time. Sun is setting. It's about 8 outside the tent. There's something right outside the tent. Some rocks out there.
Visibly scared, he confronts the noises, demanding to be left alone. In a tense scene, he ventures into the woods with his camera, trying to identify the source of the sounds.
I don't know where the it chased me off.
Just as the video nears its end, a figure appears, and it seems to pursue him before the screen cuts off abruptly. What makes this recording even more chilling is that the man remains missing to this day, with this eerie footage as the only clue to his disappearance. In December 2019, a serious maritime accident took place at the port of Antwerp, one of Europe's busiest ports, when a massive container ship, the APL Mexico City, broke free from its moorings due to strong winds reaching up to 40 knots. This caused the ship, which was originally docked and left unattended, to start drifting uncontrollably across the port. Port authorities quickly responded, deploying tugboats and a pilot boat to regain control. However, the vessel ultimately collided with a large gantry crane, resulting in the crane's complete collapse. Thankfully, the area was quickly evacuated, and no injuries were reported, but the impact caused significant structural damage to both the ship and the crane, disrupting port operations. Following the incident, a large-scale cleanup and repair effort was launched, and due to the damage below the waterline, the APL Mexico City required extensive repairs before it could sail again.
In Lowndes County, Georgia, near Valdosta, a shocking incident took place on May 24, 2023. As recorded by a sheriff's deputy's body camera. While deputies were handling an unrelated accident on Highway 84, a 21-year-old woman from Florida, driving a Nissan Altima, unintentionally launched her car off a parked flatbed tow truck. The car flew around 120 feet before crashing and flipping over. The dramatic footage looked like something straight out of a movie. Despite the serious crash, the woman survived, but was hospitalized for 2 weeks with significant injuries. She later said she didn't notice the tow truck or realize it was parked in the lane without proper warning. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of staying alert when driving, especially near accident scenes. The woman was also charged with driving without a license and failing to wear a seatbelt.
A group of friends decided to visit the haunted Colorado Street Bridge in Pasadena, California, around 3 a.m., intrigued by the rumors surrounding the site. The bridge, constructed in 1912, has been the tragic scene of over 150 suicides, and locals often report sightings of apparitions, including a construction worker and a woman in a long robe standing atop the wall. As the friends wandered beneath the massive structure, they hoped to encounter any spirits trying to communicate. Little did they know, their adventure would yield unexpected results. While walking back to their car, they recorded footage that revealed something unsettling. A faint, disembodied voice saying, "Please come back." The girls felt an uneasy sensation throughout their visit, as if someone or something was watching them. Many believe they captured the voice of a spirit who lost their life there, while skeptics argue it could simply be the wind. Regardless of the explanation, the footage has left viewers creeped out and pondering the bridge's dark history. While hiking in the forest, a family had an unexpected encounter with a puma. The big cat was lurking in the bushes, silently observing them. Fortunately, instead of being aggressive, the puma sat down, signaling a shift from a predatory stance to a more relaxed demeanor, suggesting it was merely watching them. Pumas are ambush predators, known for hunting by stealth and surprise. They often use trails frequented by other animals, and this puma was likely scouting for an easy meal. Thankfully, it didn't seem to have the family in its sights, and they were able to continue their hike without incident. January 2015, a group of film students in Auckland, New Zealand, experienced a terrifying encounter at Parnell railway station. As they were filming outside, they noticed two figures, a man and a woman wearing eerie white masks, watching them from the tall grass nearby. Initially, the students thought the masked individuals were pranksters, laughing nervously as they continued filming. But on closer inspection, they realized one of the figures appeared to be holding a weapon, likely a pistol, which immediately heightened their fear.
Where's the other one? Where's the other one? I don't see him.
Feeling unsafe, the group quickly retreated to the main road. Shortly afterward, they saw a police helicopter circling the area. It was later revealed that this wasn't the first incident involving the masked pair, as they had reportedly scared a woman in a nearby park just days prior. The police issued a warning to the public and encouraged the suspects to come forward. Although the students were initially accused of faking the encounter for attention, both the school and authorities clarified that the masked individuals were unaffiliated with the institute, and the incident was not staged. According to a statement from police, the weapons were believed to be fake, but no clear information was given about the suspects' motives. In this unnerving adventure, YouTuber Joey from Love Sundays, known for his explorative van life videos, set out for a seemingly typical stealth camping trip. Joey parked his camper van in a secluded spot, cooked dinner, and enjoyed a peaceful evening stroll. But as night fell, the tranquility turned tense. Around 2:30 a.m., Joey was startled awake by the sound of a car pulling up next to his van. His unease grew as he heard footsteps circling the vehicle.
Pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van. So I was just woken up because I heard a car pull up, and it was at the front of the van. So I got up, turned my phone on, and filmed. And as soon as I drew the curtains back, they drove off. They got to the end of the road, turned around, and then came back and parked behind the van.
When he peeked through the curtains, the car sped off, only to return moments later, parking nearby. Determined to keep calm, Joey eventually fell back asleep, hoping the threat had passed.
Or I don't know, but it's a little bit freaky. It makes me kind of like, I'm not moving, but I don't want somebody breaking in thinking there's no one in here, because that would be a right pain. Hopefully I'll get a good miserable the weather is. My door's stuck. The actual I don't even think I can shut the door on it. So when I said I got left alone last night, it doesn't look like I did get left alone, does it? I didn't even hear anyone out on the side door. I've got to work out how to do this.
But in the morning, he was shocked to discover his van doors had been cable tied shut from the outside.
This is interesting. I didn't actually notice this at the time. But if you look at that fuel cap there, there's fingerprints. So now I'm wondering, was their intention to steal my diesel? And if so, did they cable tie the doors so that they could make a quick getaway if they got robbed?
With lingering fingerprints on the fuel cap, he wondered if someone was attempting to siphon his diesel or prevent him from escaping. Thankfully, Joey managed to cut himself free and decided to leave the forest immediately, vowing never to camp there again. This chilling encounter is a stark reminder of the unexpected risks in seemingly safe surroundings. How would you react if you found yourself locked inside your own vehicle in the middle of nowhere?
This unsettling dashcam footage was captured by a truck in Vietnam on August 26, 2024. The road was foggy and cars ahead came to a sudden stop. You can decide for yourself if the truck driver could have avoided the situation. The truck pushed a pickup and several other vehicles into each other, but surprisingly, the impact wasn't as strong as it seemed. All the passengers exited their cars in shock, but luckily, no one was hurt. They were mostly upset with the truck driver, though the truck appeared to be out of control. The good news is that the people weren't acting aggressively, which is a much better outcome than you might expect in a similar situation elsewhere.
In a chilling TikTok video by user Jose Garcia Iba, viewers witness a series of unsettling events in his home. It begins with an eerie experience while he's in the shower, where he's startled by an unexplained presence. The next day, things become even stranger when he captures a shadowy figure mysteriously vanishing from his window.
Miren, escuchen, todo se está quedando aquí grabado. No mames, güey, están inventando cosas. La puerta se está abriendo, ya me quiero ir. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre, venga a nosotros tu reino. No, por favor, no, yo vengo de la mano de Dios, vengo solamente a casa de mi tía. No me hagas daño, yo vengo. No, güey. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre, venga a nosotros tu reino. Acaban de prender el microondas, mi gente. Lo estoy dejando todo grabado. Acaban de golpear el baño. Acá me voy a meter al baño. Acaban de cerrarme la puerta. Ya no puedo, en serio. Ya no puedo. Vengo de la mano de Dios. Yo no busco hacerte ningún tipo de daño. Yo sé que estás golpeando la puerta. Por favor, ando muy nervioso. No hay nadie. Estoy totalmente solo. ¿Quién está aquí? No puede ser. No puede ser. Estoy totalmente... ¡A la verga, güey! No mames. No mames, ¿sí vieron? No.
As he moves around his house, a pale, ghostly face appears, leaving him and viewers deeply unsettled.
¿Escucharon? Por favor, vengo en paz, vengo... No. Te acaban de aventar algo de aquí. Mira. Está quedando grabado, mi gente. Está quedando grabado. Estoy abriendo la puerta. No hay nadie en la cocina. Acaban de aventar aquí algo. Vengo en paz, vengo de... ¡No! No hay nadie, cabrón, no hay nadie. A la madre, me acaban de aventar algo de acá. Vengo en paz, vengo con tranquilidad, vengo de la mano de Dios, por favor. No me hagan nada. No, Virgencita, por favor, Virgencita, ayúdame. Vengo tranquilo. No.
Whether this figure is genuinely paranormal or an elaborate setup, the video evokes a sense of unease, reminding us of the potential for supernatural explanations behind strange occurrences.
The video you're watching is from Conyers, Georgia, where a chemical factory recently caught fire. The exact cause of the blaze is still unclear, but there are many accusations of negligence and poor management.
It's a chemical. Go! Get us the hell out of here.
Dude, oh my God. Oh, it don't even look real. Oh my, that's like tripping me out.
Take a look at this raw footage recorded by bystanders. In the video, someone can be heard saying, "What is that?" "It's a chemical. Get us the hell out of here." The situation is alarming, with visuals that almost seem unreal. This disaster has led to the evacuation of nearby residents due to fears of chlorine and other harmful chemicals being released. Local authorities evacuated thousands of people, closed schools, and shut down major roadways. The EPA detected chlorine in the air, although they're still investigating the concentration levels. The fire has raised serious concerns about the factory's safety record, which has faced previous violations. Environmental experts warn that exposure to chemicals like chlorine can cause respiratory problems, and the long-term effects are still unknown. Officials are closely monitoring air quality, and residents are advised to stay cautious even after evacuation orders are lifted. In this security camera footage, a man appears to be ordering a sandwich at a Subway restaurant, but it soon becomes obvious he's not interested in food. He's after the cash. He grabs the cash register and tries to make a run for it, only to realize it's still attached by a cable. As workers chase him, someone outside trips him, stopping him from escaping.
In this eerie adventure, Sam from Northwest Wind revisits the woods where he previously had his most frightening solo camp experience, hoping this time would go differently.
I think at the location of the most scared ever stealth camping video. So if you go back to that video, I think it was January or February of this year when I got accosted and chased out of these very same woods by some unknown banditos. We're back here tonight. Gonna attempt to stay the night here. Got a nice dinner to be prepared, something I've never tried before. Gonna sleep under the stars, and hopefully it'll go better than last time. I don't think it could go much worse, and if it does, you'll probably never see these. Trying to get back to the exact spot that I was in last time. We're gonna set up exactly as we were, just with no tent, because I kind of wanted to make it a little more spooky, and we will see what happens, I suppose.
Last winter, mysterious figures had forced him to abandon his camp spot, and tonight, Sam faces a similarly tense encounter.
The tent, this is it. Yeah, that's it. The old abandoned tent. Yeah, I can officially say it does not feel great to be back here. So not happy to be here. I can smell your cigarette. I have a knife. Where's my knife? I said all those things. I just don't like the vibe here. I don't like the feeling here. I feel like right now I'm being watched. I don't know if it's just paranoia or whatever, but like the hair on the back of my neck is standing up.
Determined to give it another shot, he prepares dinner and begins his camp, but soon he hears voices and sees shadows lurking just beyond the tree line.
I did just hear someone yelling back there. Someone's yelling back there. I don't know how far away, reasonably close. I don't know. There's people talking for sure. And I hear people walking too. Might not be easy to pick up on the camera, but not that far behind me.
Despite his best efforts to stay calm, the situation quickly spirals as the figures edge closer, prompting Sam to call out. His unease grows when one of the figures hides behind a tree, silently observing.
I don't know. I can promise you, I do not like the feeling that I have. I've said it 20 times, I don't like the vibe. Perfectly nice campsite though. If there was no tomfoolery here in the past, I probably would come back and do an actual camp here. There's definitely people back in there. I can see them. I see one person, they're walking. It's not gonna be a repeat performance of last time because I will just bail at the first sign of anyone getting remotely close to me, but it's about 200 yards away. There's definitely somebody there. I'm trying to not be quiet on purpose so they know that I'm here. Holy crap, okay. Oh, my heart is in my stomach.
With nerves on edge and memories of his previous escape, Sam decides it's best to leave before things escalate. As he gathers his gear and leaves, he realizes he's once again outmatched by the ominous presence in the woods. Maybe it's time for Sam to find a safer camping spot.
Here. Hey. Hi. I feel like I'm surrounded. I don't even want to sit down. It's not going to be the same thing as last time. I'm not going to be... They're like 200 yards that way. Just standing there. There's like that overhanging tree right about there. You can barely see it beyond my fingers, and they're just standing right there. I only see one person. And the last thing I'm going to do is run through the forest again in the middle of the night with no idea what's going on behind me. All right, Hi! Okay, a bat just flew across the thing and startled the... This isn't... It's honestly kind of comedy, because at this point, I know what happened here last time. I know people might be back here. I hear somebody talking. It's definitely humans, because you can hear the two steps. You can clearly hear the gate, as Tony Random Adventures would call it, the gate. You can hear it. Stopped again. This is ridiculous. I think they're just toying with me now. They know that I'm here. They know that I know that they're here. I'm gonna... Knowing somebody's there. Somebody's over here for sure. Hey, how are ya? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stay tonight, boys and girls. Ah! Okay, all right, okay. That guy was right, okay, let's go. All right, I'm out. See ya. Okay, see ya. All right, later. Okay. All right, we're out of here. Yep, we're out of here. See ya.
A family recently moved into a new house, and since day one, they've experienced strange paranormal activity. Much of it seems to focus on their new baby, with unexplained sounds and strange movements on the baby monitor. One of the first incidents occurred when their daughter walked to a dark closet and appeared to interact with something or someone. The family, who has moved several times, noted that similar creepy activity has followed them. One night, after the parents went to bed, the baby monitor picked up unusual motion near the crib. Upon reviewing the footage, they saw a large black shadow move from left to right. There were no notable features, but the parents were sure no one else was in the house. Some viewers speculated that the shadow could be a protective spirit watching over the child. Before the video ends, the shadow figure is seen levitating from the floor to the ceiling. The parents are now looking for a medium to communicate with the entity. A YouTuber from Janet Outdoors has a passion for camping, cooking, and bushcraft. In this video, she embarks on a solo camping trip in the remote corner of a farmer's harvested field.
I think it's about 6 o'clock now. I've only got like 2 hours before the sun goes down, because it gets dark quicker now. So I haven't got long. Like in a minute, here and up there, I think. I haven't actually looked at it at a map. So hopefully nobody will come. And hopefully nobody will come in the dark.
With only 2 hours of daylight left, she quickly sets up her tent, blending seamlessly into the landscape with her camouflage gear. As dusk falls, Janet takes in the beautiful sunset before retreating into her camp to prepare dinner. Despite the serene setting, her peaceful evening is about to take an unsettling turn.
Just hope that the cloud there goes that way and not this way. And this looks so pretty. Then I have my lilo, my swimming pool lilo, and actually it keeps you quite warm. So tonight will be a tester for me because it's going to be about 9 degrees tonight. The temperature is going to drop. I couldn't find my thermometer, so I haven't brought that, but I think it's going to drop to about 9, maybe 8. So we'll see if this keeps me nice and cozy. And I hope you can see me all right. I didn't really want to shine a white light, although I'm just about to do this so that I can see what I'm eating. Just make sure there's no creepy crawlies before I start eating. Yeah, fine. I hope you can see that, okay? Oh, nearly lost my whistling. Let's see. And it's all the way right. See that way.
While Janet chats about the local wildlife and prepares her meal, a figure can be seen in the shadows at the edge of the tree line. The person is standing so quietly behind her that Janet doesn't notice them until she reviews the footage the next day. This silent observer, holding a flashlight, is eerily close to Janet's camp. Throughout the night, Janet remains blissfully unaware of the stranger lurking just behind her, believing her campsite to be well hidden.
I needed this. I hope it's filming okay. I better have a look really. Yeah, all good. Oh, I'm rolling backwards. It's, I think I'm on a bit of a slope.
It wasn't until the next morning, when she reviews the video, that she realizes someone had been watching her. This experience serves as a chilling reminder of the unpredictability of solo camping and how vulnerable one can be, even in the most secluded locations. Janet made it through the night safely, but the presence of the mysterious figure leaves a lingering sense of unease. Hopefully her future adventures will be less unsettling, but the memory of this close call will likely stay with her. In a dimly lit studio in Mexico, Paco, a photographer, waits for his friend Eduardo to arrive for a late-night project. The silence is suddenly broken by Eduardo's loud, urgent voice drifting through the open window. It seems he's involved in a heated conversation just outside on the desolate street.
Güey, te juro por Dios, güey. Te lo juro por Dios que un señor me preguntó qué onda era la pinera. Te lo juro por Dios, güey.
Unease creeps into Paco as he moves toward the security camera.
A chilling scene was captured on CCTV in the town of Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh, India, on the afternoon of August 21st, 2024. 2 young boys were riding their bikes when they were suddenly electrocuted and fell to the ground. Let's take a look at this shocking video. According to police reports, an 11-year-old boy received severe electric shocks, while a 10-year-old boy riding behind him was also critically injured. The incident occurred when the boys fell off their bike after coming into contact with an exposed live wire. Moments later, one of the boys caught fire, while the other lay motionless beside him. The police have opened an investigation into the circumstances surrounding this tragic event, and local authorities have expressed their deep sorrow over the devastating incident.
Camera feed, peering into the monitor to see what lurks in the shadows outside his studio. Eduardo insists he was speaking with a man, giving directions, but the security footage reveals only a chilling white mist where Eduardo stood. Could Eduardo have truly spoken with a ghost, or was it merely a moment of madness? He's convinced it was real, but what's your take on this eerie encounter? A woman claims to see demons on her property, insisting she doesn't have any clinical issues like schizophrenia.
Get off my property, I swear to God! I'm so sick of this. I don't know where it's coming from. Is it f***ing demonic? I'm so sick of it. Look, there's no one here. There's no public here. There's no one here.
In another video, she was filming an abandoned shack when she accidentally caught something terrifying. A shadow figure can be seen sneaking behind the abandoned location, watching the woman as she records. She only noticed it after reviewing the footage. These folks are cruising along a dirt road, probably feeling pretty confident, when out of nowhere, a herd of massive elephants pops up. One of the big guys decides it's time to play a game of chicken with the tourists. Turns out elephants can get pretty grumpy, especially when they're young, scared, or feeling frisky. And this one seemed to have the perfect storm of reasons to lose its cool. A small birthday celebration in May 2024 led to a spine-tingling event. Brookie D, the birthday girl, recalls the moment vividly as her family sang happy birthday. Her father's cherished toy fire truck, a collectible, suddenly began to flash and make sound, almost as if responding to the family's message. Brookie believes this may have been her dad reaching out to her. As the family celebrated, the truck activated, prompting Brookie to believe it was her dad trying to send a sign.
Happy birthday, dear Brookie. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, make a wish, make a wish. And many more. Right. Woo! Whoa! Jackie. Should we? Yeah. Jackie, press its pause.
I'm feeling much, much better now, so whenever you can.
Please,
hope you're doing well. I'm feeling much, much better now, so whenever you can, just come visit me, okay? Okay?
Shut up. No way. That is not worse. That is not worse.
But the mystery deepened a week later when Brookie, lying in bed, recorded a moment where a teddy bear with her dad's recorded voice activated on its own. Though this touching moment seemed like another sign from her father, Brookie experienced something darker days later.
I just heard his voice one more time.
Late at night, she captured footage that left her unsettled, with a deep sense of dread washing over her. This incident, which she believes was unrelated to her father, shook her. Despite the unsettling event, Brookie prefers to focus on the comforting moments, unsure of what or who was truly behind this later encounter. For her, these experiences offer a reminder that her father is still with her in spirit. Yet, like many eerie encounters, the full story remains a mystery. A YouTuber named Seamus, along with 2 friends, visited the infamous old psycho house, rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a madman who had taken lives and hidden the bodies. Seamus initially thought it was just a legend, but everything changed when they entered the house. As they stepped into the eerie, silence-filled house, they were immediately greeted by an unsettling sight.
Licença? Imagina se eu teria. Peraí, tá fazendo uma coisa aqui. Tá vindo um barulho pra cá, velho. Ah, a faca tá aqui, ó. Ó, peraí. Jefinho, olha ali, Jota. Olha ali, outro ali, cara. Olha a gaveta ali, velho. Tá mexendo, velho. Gaveta. Cara, ele tá na nossa frente, velho. Olha ali, Jota, olha ali. Tô vendo, cara.
A knife stuck to the door, but that was just the beginning. The house seemed to have a life of its own.
Sem camisa agora, velho. Se aproximou ali, eu tô gravando bem de pertinho, velho. Olha aqui, filmou. Tá no máximo, velho. Meu Deus, cara. Olha aqui. Olha isso. Ó, TV, vai cair. Meu Deus, cara. Cara do céu, velho. Cara do céu, isso não é brincadeira, velho. Desafio ficar uma noite. Olha ali, mano. Olha ali, velho. Eu tô vendo isso. Cara, vocês estão vendo esse ventilador isso, velho? Tá vendo isso, Jota? Olha isso, velho. Cara, eu tô impressionado com isso, eu tô tudo arrepiado. Olha isso, velho. Mano do céu, velho. Mano do céu, velho. Tu viu isso, Jefinho? Cara, caiu aqui, velho. Tu viu isso, Jota? Mano do céu. Cara, que visão, tá maluco, velho. Cara, eu tô tremendo, velho. Olha isso, velho. Cara, eu tô tremendo, velho. Cara, eu tô tremendo, velho. Vem, velho. Onde faca? Tem faca aqui dentro, ó. Olha ali uma faca. Não, uma faca ali.
The guy behind the camera let out a scream, pointing toward the bed. There were legs sticking out from underneath it.
Para ali pra cá, rapaziada. Que isso, velho? Que isso, cara? Que isso, velho? Olha aqui, velho. Vocês não vão acreditar no que eu vi aqui, cara. O que tu viu, Charles? Cara, eu tô passando muito branco, velho. Hã? Cara, eu tô branco, velho. Mas o que tu viu? Eu vi um monte de perna embaixo dessa cama aí, velho. Olha. Tá vendo? Que isso, velho? Tá vendo isso, já viu? Tem uma ligação da gente. Que isso, velho? Vocês estão vendo isso, cara? Pô, agora sair daqui de dentro, velho. Vamos vir aqui na fora. Essa faca aí na tua cara, velho. Deixa eu ficar.
They all hurried over, but just as quickly as they'd seen them, the legs vanished. Panic set in as they realized they'd just witnessed something beyond explanation, and the fear in the room was intense. But that wasn't the end of it. After the legs disappeared, the bed suddenly lifted off the ground, as if an invisible force had taken hold, before crashing back down. They bolted for the door, no longer doubting the rumors something sinister was lurking in that house.
Tu tá zoando? Eu vi, chefe, hoje que eu gravei, cara. Então, pô, apareceu embaixo da cama um monte de perna, eu vi. Tu ali, velho. Eu não sei o que tu viu, mas mostra isso aí pra gente, velho. Cara, vem aqui ver essa cama. Vem cá, velho. Não vai não, velho. O que tu quer fazer, velho? Isso aqui, velho. Essa coisa não quer mais ali dentro, velho. Deu ruim, velho. Mano do céu, cara. Cara, não é possível. Cara, puxa um filho. Corpos ali, velho. Eu tô falando pra vocês, cara. Como se ele quisesse mostrar. Ah, foi isso que eu tava arrastando, então, pô. Era isso que eu tava arrastando. Vou mostrar pra gente do jeito que ele deixava os corpos aqui nesse quarto. Deixava embaixo da cama, Jota. Caramba, velho. Ei, que cena mais forte isso aí, cara. Caralho, você desceu, velho.
But then, one of them suggested they take a final look around, a choice they'd soon regret. When they returned, nothing was as they'd left it. In just 3 minutes, everything had been thrown into complete disarray. It seemed impossible that anyone human could have caused such chaos so fast. Realizing there was nothing anyone, even the police, could do to help, they fled, certain that something truly evil lived in that house. In this video, A woman captures an unsettling moment involving her neighbor's house while they were away on vacation. From a distance, she noticed something strange happening inside their garage. Despite the neighbors being far from home, the garage lights had mysteriously turned on. Intrigued and disturbed, the woman decided to record the scene. As she filmed, she soon witnessed something that left her in terror. A figure appeared, frantically moving back and forth inside the garage. The erratic movements lasted for several seconds before the figure suddenly stopped and peered out of the garage window, as if watching the woman recording the video. If the neighbors were truly away, who or what was this? Like many eerie incidents, this video only raises more questions than it answers. While a man was seated in his magic room, attempting to summon a spirit, he noticed an eerie change in the atmosphere.
I have taken the name of as a part of myself. I live the beast of field, rejoicing the flashy night. I see myself just a thirst of rotten. Is that you? Who are you? Why are you here? Is that you that's been, like, terrorizing me?
Suddenly, a cloud of white smoke began to materialize near his table, swirling and coalescing into an indistinct shape. As a part of myself, the voice echoed, speaking cryptic words that seemed to reverberate from every corner of the room. The atmosphere grew heavier with each passing moment, the man's mind racing with both intrigue and fear. He could hear the voice from all around him, and the unease in the room only deepened as he waited to see what would manifest next. Having been plane takeoff seemed awesome, until, in a perfect twist of fate, something went horribly wrong. The aircraft suddenly veered off course, plunging toward the ground in a heart-stopping moment. However, against all odds, everyone involved walked away without a scratch. It was a terrifying yet miraculous escape, leaving everyone in awe of their sheer luck. Back in 2013, a man and his wife went to Chile to find some peace and relief from the stress and sadness of not being able to have a child. They enjoyed the trip and took lots of pictures to remember their journey. By 2015, they were blessed with a beautiful daughter, but whenever they talked about their trip to Chile, their daughter would say that she had been there with them, sharing in their sadness. At first, her parents thought she was just imagining things, but then, 9 years later, they found an old photo from that trip on a cell phone. The picture showed the wife standing beside a young girl in a pink shirt. The man insists there were no kids with them when that photo was taken, and they can't explain how the girl ended up in the picture. The man believes this mysterious girl is his daughter, appearing 2 years before she was even born. Could this be possible? Was their daughter somehow there to comfort them in their time of need, just like she always said? Share your thoughts on this strange story in the comments below. Our next story comes from a Facebook group called Paranormal Sightings, shared by a user named Kusaila Mehdi. Mehdi explained that while he was home alone watching The Hobbit, he decided to snap a picture of his newly renovated room and send it to a friend. Here's the photo he sent. At first glance, nothing seems unusual, but if you look closer, you can make out someone standing in the doorway. Mehdi insists he was alone at the time, so who could it be? People in the Facebook group have been debating over this mysterious figure. Some say it looks like someone wearing a war uniform, or maybe a long coat and a tricorn hat. Others believe they can see not one but two figures in the picture. Though Mehdi admits he can't see that himself, maybe you can. Either way, this eerie photo has definitely stirred up a lot of discussion in the group. So, what do you think? Is this a ghostly encounter? Share your thoughts. This unsettling dashcam footage was captured on October 16, 2014 in Russia. It shows a small black car speeding so fast that it actually causes a van to flip over. As the driver of the black car changes lanes, the white van in the right lane makes a risky maneuver that ends up costing him big in damages. Within seconds of the collision, both vehicles burst into flames, but thankfully, the drivers managed to escape in time. Surprisingly, neither vehicle exploded. This reckless move by the van driver put several lives at risk, all because he acted like he owned the road.
CCTV footage recently captured a surprising incident involving Anne Hughes, 71, outside the Best One supermarket in Tony Pandy, South Wales. The footage shows Anne waiting to enter the store just before 8 a.m. when the owner, Amir Aram, arrives to open up. As Anne stands with her back to the entrance, the bottom of her raincoat gets caught on the rising shutter. This mishap lifts her off the ground, leaving her dangling upside down while she desperately reaches for her shopping trolley. Fortunately, Amir quickly rushes out to help her, unhooking her from the shutter and setting her back on her feet. The amusing footage was later shared by the store on social media, quickly going viral and amassing hundreds of thousands of views within a day.
This next video comes from the channel Misslorup, where the uploader and her crew explore a reportedly haunted, rundown property near Toronto. In the video, she and the videographer move cautiously through the house, which clearly had its glory days long ago. Up until this point, aside from the decaying state of the house, the pair hadn't encountered anything too creepy. But then, things take a sudden turn.
Oh, there's even more damage. Like now things are peeling off the walls. Everything up here is just disgusting. I don't know what the hell's going on. Look at those holes in the walls up here. It's just...
As they inspect the place, noticing peeling paint, holes in the walls, and general disrepair, they're interrupted by a loud, echoing bang coming from somewhere inside. Even eerier, if you watch closely, you can spot what looks like a ghostly figure of a young girl quickly moving away in the background. This unexpected moment has viewers on edge. Could it really be a spirit lingering in the shadows? This incident happened on February 8th in Sichuan Province, China. A young boy, just playing around, threw some firecrackers onto a manhole cover, not realizing the danger he was about to set off. The blast sent the cover flying high into the air. The force knocked the boy to the ground, and shockingly, over a dozen nearby manhole covers erupted too, sending bricks and debris in every direction. Smoke filled the air as people nearby rushed to get the boy to the hospital. Fortunately, despite the chaos, his life isn't in danger. The entire shocking event was caught on surveillance cameras. It really makes you wonder, could this have been prevented with closer adult supervision? What are your thoughts? This next video comes from TikTok user Tim Saver, a night shift worker at a factory rumored to be haunted. For a while, he's been documenting strange events happening during his shifts, and he recently caught something truly unsettling on camera. After showing the footage to his company, they surprisingly promised to send help, almost as if they weren't shocked by what they saw. Tim thinks the entity might not be a typical ghost or demon, but something even more unusual. While walking through the factory corridors, Tim was suddenly attacked by an invisible force, leaving him with some serious injuries. Disturbingly, this wasn't the only encounter. But in his next clip, things took an even scarier turn. As he checked the attic, a pale, gray hand appeared on a golden Egyptian statue, then vanished into thin air. Terrified, Tim ran for his life. So, what do you think? Could this place really be haunted, or is it all just a trick? Share your thoughts.
Number 1. In this clip recorded in late September 2024 in Tbilisi, Georgia, a 27-year-old Russian tourist named Irina was enjoying a night out with her friend. They were happily singing and filming each other, but the video takes a dark turn. What's alarming is the entrance to the subway, which has no railings to prevent falls, an incredibly dangerous oversight. Tragically, Irina fell into the open space shortly after this footage was captured. She was taken to the hospital, where doctors found she had suffered a serious skull fracture. Unfortunately, she didn't survive. In her memory, a tribute has now been placed at that very spot.
The next video comes from YouTube channel Omar Gosh TV, where Omar and his friend Maury visit a house rumored to be haunted and the site of exorcisms in the 1970s.
You know why we can hear that so good? Look right next to you. There's a vent that goes right down.
Oh, I thought it was like an animal in here. You see me?
Okay, yeah, I can see you.
There's nothing down here.
Is that the actual exorcism room?
Yeah. I'm coming to you, but this is too scary to go down.
Turn that up. Bro, you heard that? Yeah. There's like something coming from the woods. Bro, I was like, oh. It was right when I turned this on. Bro, whatever is attached to this property does not like necrodite. You know when we mentioned it. You heard noises coming from the first floor? Oh, what is that? What is that? I don't know. What is that? Where? There's something up against the house. Behind those propane tanks. I don't know if it was an animal. It almost looked like something white.
Could have had it.
What's behind those propane tanks? Mostly. Mostly what? Personal. For a personal reason.
Are you sure you seen something?
Oh, it was right behind here.
Isn't it interesting that all the windows are gated off here? Like locked, padlocked and everything?
It's almost like whatever spirits are in here are locked. Or it's trying to keep something sinister from coming.
Omar mentions feeling chest pains, like the air was suddenly sucked out of the room. Maury jokes that it could be all the espressos Omar had, but the strange feeling doesn't go away. As they explore, they hear unsettling noises from downstairs. At one point, Omar thinks he hears footsteps and realizes there's a vent nearby that could be carrying the sound up from below. Then things get even creepier. As they mention necro, more noises seem to echo from the first floor, almost as if whatever is in the house doesn't like the equipment they're using. When they go outside, Omar catches sight of something strange, a faint, white figure near the propane tanks. It looks almost like a person in a white dress, but it vanishes before he can get a clear shot. The place has all its windows gated and padlocked, which adds to the eerie feeling, as if someone tried to trap something inside or keep something sinister out. So, what do you think? Are they dealing with a true haunting, or is there another explanation? Let us know your thoughts. This footage was captured by a man in Brazil in early September of this year, showing the severe drought that's been impacting the area. The video highlights how the water levels have dropped, leaving only a small, shallow reservoir. But despite the lack of water, the reservoir has become a surprising haven for wildlife, and something a bit more unsettling.
Lavar minha mão sujou ali. Tô aqui no Pantanal. Vou lavar minha mão aqui nessa água, mas o problema aqui tá sério. Será que vai dar pra lavar a mão? Olha, tem aqui do meu lado, tem um. Olha isso. Presta atenção, será que o cara tem jeito do cara lavar a mão aqui? Hã?
As the man films, you can see the harsh effects of the drought, with alligators now crowded into the shrinking water. The sight is pretty heartbreaking, but what's even more unsettling is the sheer number of gators gathered together in such a small space, It's unclear whether they're caimans or alligators, but the account that posted the video refers to them as gators. Regardless, when there are so many of them packed together, it's enough to make anyone feel uneasy. This next clip comes from the channel Parrot Truthers and was filmed late at night in an unknown location in Salford, where everything was completely shrouded in darkness. Out of nowhere, a chilling breathing sound fills the air, followed by a disturbing sight. The camera then captures a strange, alien-like figure moving toward the cameraman. The creature appears unnaturally tall and thin, far too much so to be human. According to the uploader, its skin was gray and had a texture resembling that of a snake. What do you think? This next clip is easily one of the scariest ones in today's video, and it was filmed somewhere in Australia. The man was simply untangling some wire when he didn't realize a snake was right beside him. To his horror, the snake slithered into his pants. Reacting quickly, he grabbed a pair of clips and clamped them onto his pants to keep the snake from going any further. It's impressive how calm and collected he stayed, considering he was alone. The snake seemed to be oddly still inside his pants, not moving at all, but the man knew he had to act fast. In a split second, he pulled the snake out and made a run for it. Amazingly, he didn't get bitten. Rosanna, a woman from France, moved into an old apartment with her 2 young children and her 13-year-old cat. Almost immediately after settling in, things started to feel off. Her cat, normally calm, began acting aggressively, hissing and growling at something that Rosanna couldn't see. This behavior was completely unusual for her cat, making it even more unsettling. As a single mom, Rosanna shares custody of her children with their father. One night, when the kids were at their dad's, something happened that made her heart race. Despite being alone, Rosanna distinctly heard her daughter's voice calling her from the children's room. The voice kept repeating "Mama," but the most bizarre part was that it seemed to be coming from an old radio that didn't even have any batteries inside. Terrified, Rosanna reached out online for advice and also sought help from a local priest. Desperate to rid her home of whatever was haunting it, she tried everything, but things only got worse. One evening, a mannequin head that Rosanna had kept for years suddenly started moving on its own. and it appeared to follow her with its eyes. Feeling unsafe, Rosanna started spending more time in the living room, avoiding the rest of the apartment. But one night, the cat began snarling fiercely at something in the hallway, just outside the living room door. What happened next was enough to make her blood run cold.
Loli.
After that incident, Rosanna fell seriously ill and spent the rest of the night vomiting. Convinced that the apartment was cursed, she moved to a hotel with her cat and began searching for a way to leave for good. She's now even considering taking legal action against the people who sold her the apartment. Eerie video has sparked a lot of curiosity, but there are very few details available about it. The uploader remains anonymous, and we don't know exactly where or when this was filmed. What we do know, however, is that something truly chilling was caught on camera during an exploration of an abandoned building. If you pay close attention, you'll notice a faint, ghostly figure standing in the building. But when the camera shifts and then pans back to the spot, the figure has completely disappeared, almost as if it vanished into thin air. What do you think happened here? Was it a ghost accidentally captured on film, or could there be another explanation? Surveillance footage from a tobacco shop in Chicago's Logan Square neighborhood captured a burglary in progress. The video shows a lone thief trying to break into the cash register and steal items from the store. When officers arrived, they found a broken window and traces of blood at the scene. Fortunately, no injuries were reported among the employees. The investigation is still ongoing, and authorities are actively searching for the suspect. Jacob, a TikTok user, recently inherited his grandmother's house after her passing, but he began feeling something strange about the place, like something didn't want him there. Things took an eerie turn when Jacob discovered an old clown doll that once belonged to his grandmother. He recalled that as a child, the doll terrified him, but now, as an adult, he thought it no longer bothered him.
And one of the best things is right behind here. I call him Jeffrey. Grandma left him for me, I guess. I just heard knocking from the closet.
He even jokingly introduced it as Jeffrey, claiming his grandmother had left it for him. But one night, things took a chilling turn. Jacob woke up to hear knocking coming from his bedroom closet. When he looked, he noticed the doll had moved. Previously facing the bed, it was now staring directly at him. Jacob closed the closet door without thinking much of it, but later, when reviewing the footage, he realized the doll had shifted on its own. Was this just a childhood fear playing tricks on him, or could the doll truly be haunted? What do you think?
On Sunday, July 25th, 2021, a massive rock slide took place in northern India, and the footage is truly astonishing. In the video, you can see large boulders tumbling down the mountainside, alarming locals as they crash into a bridge, causing significant damage. Tragically, this avalanche of rocks claimed the lives of 9 individuals, while 3 others suffered serious injuries when their vehicle was hit by the falling debris. This rock slide was part of a series of landslides triggered by heavy rainfall in the region. At that time, northern India was experiencing extreme weather, with intense downpours leading to widespread flooding and multiple landslides, creating hazardous conditions across the country.
A man who has shared many videos on TikTok has documented a series of terrifying hauntings that have plagued his home. His wife and children have experienced unexplainable events, and a heavy, unsettling presence seems to linger in every corner of their house. With the arrival of a new baby, Jorge decided to set up a camera to keep an eye on his infant daughter. One night, as the camera recorded, it captured something chilling near her crib. The bedroom door slammed shut by itself, sending a cold shiver down Jorge's spine. Moments later, a dark, shadowy figure appeared in the room, slowly drifting toward the crib. As it hovered above the baby, a toy was violently thrown aside. Just as quickly as it appeared, the figure vanished into thin air, followed by 3 ominous knocks, echoing eerily through the silence. A man named Aja Nomoto posted a chilling security camera video to his TikTok account, claiming it was filmed on October 14, 2019, in the dead of night. At first glance, the footage seems pretty normal, just an ordinary night with a slightly eerie atmosphere, but nothing too alarming. However, things take a spooky turn around the 1-minute 15-second mark.
Tingnan niyo dito, may lalabas dito na parang usok, tapos mabilis siya pupunta dito. 17 seconds. Ayun. Okay, back natin. Sobrang bilis niya. Tapos yung parang lumalakad na lang siya. Tingnan niyo, parang usok. Tapos nawala siya dito.
Out of nowhere, a ghostly figure can be seen darting past the security camera, disappearing into thin air almost as quickly as it appeared. Ajay, visibly shocked, has no explanation for what just occurred. So, what do you think? Was this a ghostly apparition caught on camera? Or could it just be a trick of the light or some kind of visual distortion? To this day, nobody knows for sure. What's your take on it?
This footage from Spain captures a crowd enjoying a sunny day during the traditional running of the bulls. In the midst of the excitement, a bull begins to roam around, searching for a target. It quickly locks onto an SUV, charging at it with surprising agility. The bull lunges at the vehicle, puncturing one of its tires and lifting the front end off the ground. It persistently rams into the SUV, eventually damaging a fluid reservoir before pivoting to pursue another target.
On the night of September 26, 2022, Renee Salo and her family were enjoying a quiet evening when a strange and unsettling event took place. At around 9 p.m., they were startled by a mysterious noise coming from the front door. The noise they heard was coming from a set of bells hanging on the door handle, which rattled as if someone had grabbed the knob. Renee quickly grabbed her phone and started recording, capturing the unsettling moment when the bells were heard ringing, but no one was seen near the door.
I heard the bell. Did you knock it all over? Did you hear the bell? No. I heard the bells ring.
The rattling was loud enough to confirm that something had shaken the bells, but there was no sign of anyone touching the handle. The footage from outside left the family shaken. They realized that something or someone seemed to have attempted to enter their home, yet there was no visible figure to explain the noise. The family had recently hung witch bells on their door, believed to ward off negative energy, and many viewers suggested that these bells might have prevented whatever was trying to enter. But the question remains, was it a spirit or something else? Did these bells really keep something at bay, or is there another explanation for the strange occurrence? The origins of this eerie dashcam video remain a mystery. It was recorded by a man named Mitch, who was driving home from work on a highway. As he drove, he noticed something strange in the middle of the road. A child, seemingly wrapped in a large jacket or blanket, walking alone. Mitch, concerned about a potential collision due to the size of the trailer he was towing, immediately stopped to avoid hitting the child. He then contacted the police to report the unaccompanied child walking in the middle of the road. The police assured Mitch that they would send a unit right away, but after following up an hour later with the dashcam footage, he was told that the child had already been found and was on their way home. Oddly, authorities later revealed they searched the area until 3:45 a.m., but they found no sign of any child. Furthermore, they claimed to have never told Mitch that the child had been located. The next morning, volunteers combed the area, but no child was found, and the search was eventually called off. What makes the situation even more unsettling is that there had been no reports of a missing child in the area at the time of the incident. This raises the question, was it just a prank? A child attempting to scare drivers? Or could it have been a paranormal entity caught on camera? This jaw-dropping video was uploaded by a YouTuber named PanMRF, who is known for his motorcycle-related content. He's from Poland, and during a ride on his pit bike, something absolutely wild occurred. While out on his bike, he recorded the moment when the fuel tank allegedly malfunctioned, leading to his bike catching on fire. I'll stick with the word allegedly here for his safety, but there's no denying that this situation was downright terrifying. Fortunately, he wasn't harmed during the ordeal, and you can check out the full video on his channel.
In the next clip, a group of hikers is seen atop what looks like a glacier, seemingly unaware of the raw power of nature as it puts on a stunning display. The specific location of this incident remains unknown, as I couldn't find detailed information. However, it appears that these individuals might be mountain climbers or glacier trekkers. As the video plays, a low rumbling noise can be heard in the distance. The camera then shifts from one hiker to reveal a massive boulder tumbling down the slope. The boulder's size and the speed at which it descends are truly remarkable, appearing to weigh several tons. Had the boulder's path been slightly different, the hikers could have faced a life-threatening situation.
In this footage, we see Adam making his way home after a party in a nearby village. It's very late, around 1 a.m., and tired from the night, he opts for a quicker route through a forest path, hoping to cut down his walk. While moving through the trees, his flashlight catches a glimpse of two glowing eyes reflecting back at him. Initially, Adam suspects it's just a deer or another animal. But after a few uneasy moments, he starts to sense that he's being watched by something far more unsettling. In his video, Adam sounds on edge, talking about feeling followed, unsure what or who could be out there with him.
So this freaking thing, it's staring at me. They followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But they followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now.
A shadowy, tall figure seems to appear with those eerie eyes in the background, though the darkness and video quality make it hard to identify. It's a creepy situation, and Adam's tense reactions make it feel even more intense. Hopefully he got home safely. Watching it gives you a taste of the fear he must have felt out there alone at night. This eerie video captures the moment a man is out for a late-night walk with his dog when he suddenly hears a strange noise coming from deep in the woods. Curious but uneasy, he decides to record, only to capture what sounds like loud, frantic footsteps running nearby.
That's what made that noise.
As the sounds grow closer, he realizes there's something deeply unsettling about it. Then, the noise shifts, and it becomes unmistakably clear. It sounds like someone screaming in the distance. You can hear the chilling sound for yourself in the video. Could it be an animal, someone in distress, or something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts below.
On a day that wasn't marked for any emergencies, a flight instructor and their student encountered an unexpected crisis while flying a Cessna 152, a popular aircraft known for its reliability in flight training. This specific model, recognized for its fixed tricycle landing gear, dual control system, and multiple safety enhancements, suddenly lost all power mid-flight.
אני באזור עפולה, מבצע נחיתת אנשים בשטח.
נחיתת אונס בשטח, האם אתה תצליח לנחות? עוד אתה צריך שנשלח לך איזושהי עזרה?
אני הולך לנחות באזור המזרחי של עפולה. בשדה? כן. תחזיק את עצמך, תגן על הראש. מציב ביצים.
Instead of panicking, the instructor, relying on years of experience, performed a flawless emergency landing. They skillfully navigated the aircraft to an open area, effectively using the plane's design to their advantage. The Cessna 152's maneuverability, enhanced by differential ailerons and single-slotted Fowler flaps for better control and landing performance, played a crucial role in the successful landing. Fortunately, both the instructor and the student emerged from the incident unscathed.
In April 2013, the Carnival Triumph cruise ship faced a frightening ordeal while docked in Mobile, Alabama. A severe storm brought wind gusts up to 66 miles per hour, causing the nearly 900-foot-long ship to break loose from its moorings at the BAE Systems shipyard. Still undergoing repairs after a recent engine fire, the Triumph was pushed across the Mobile River, where it collided with another vessel, the Dredge Wheeler, resulting in significant damage to both ships.
Oh! Kissing it. Oh! Connection, baby. Holy moly. It damn sure did, son.
Emergency responders, including the Coast Guard and the Mobile Fire Rescue Department, rushed in to stabilize the ship and prevent further accidents. Sadly, during the chaos, a shipyard employee went missing, and search teams, including search dogs, were deployed to find them. This incident underscored the risks severe weather poses to even massive secured vessels. The Triumph was already in Mobile for costly repairs after a previous engine fire had left it stranded in the Gulf of Mexico, with over 4,000 people on board, requiring a lengthy tow back to safety. In this eerie video, a woman home alone during a heavy rainstorm decides to capture the strange weather outside, feeling unsettled and watched. Her house, surrounded by a dense forest, has a history of odd sightings. Shadowy figures sometimes appear among the trees. Usually these figures remain distant, But with the unusual weather, she senses they're coming closer. As she films, she flips the camera back toward herself, and in a chilling twist, she captures a shadowy figure standing inside her house. The figure appears for just a few moments, facing away before it eerily turns toward the camera. The clip ends abruptly, leaving viewers spooked and speculating. Was it truly something supernatural, or just a trick of the shadows?
But Brazil seems to attract all kinds of bizarre incidents. Take this video featuring a motorized glider, for instance. It's not what you might anticipate. In fact, I'd wager you won't see this one coming at all. If you had a hunch that a guy wearing a cap would walk straight into the propeller, you were spot on. You can see the cap fly off his head, indicating he was just inches away from a potentially fatal accident. It's mind-blowing how close this came to becoming a contender for a Darwin Award. Thankfully, the man emerged without any injuries, as we can see at the end. And just to emphasize, please do not try this at home.
A man and his son were out on the lake for a relaxing day when they had a close encounter that quickly turned their outing into a tense moment.
Oh my God! That's a big gator, buddy. That is a big...
As they drifted along, they suddenly spotted a massive alligator lurking nearby. The size of the creature left them both in shock. Acting fast, the man let go and steered the boat to safety, putting some distance between them and the huge gator.
On June 14, 2024, firefighters in Los Angeles County responded to a blaze involving a construction vehicle when one of its nearly 7-ton tires unexpectedly exploded. While it's not uncommon for tires to blow out under pressure in a fire, there are instances when they explode. When the rubber heats up, it can release highly flammable hydrocarbon vapors inside the tire through a process known as tire pyrolysis. As these vapors accumulate, both the pressure and temperature inside the tire rise sharply. If the flammable vapors come into contact with oxygen at sufficiently high temperatures, auto-ignition can occur, leading to a powerful explosion that generates a significant shock wave and flying debris. The larger the tire, the more intense the blast.
At the base of Japan's Mount Fuji lies a dense forest called the Aokigahara, or the Sea of Trees, which has a haunting reputation. This forest grew over a large area of lava from a past eruption, creating an eerie and quiet landscape. Over the years, it has tragically become a place where some people choose to end their lives, and it's not uncommon for explorers to stumble upon abandoned belongings or even bodies. In July 2017, a YouTuber named Burbex ventured into this forest to document his journey.
I'm only a few meters away from the road right now, but I've already found an abandoned bike. It's actually a pretty nice bike. Let's take a look at it. I don't think it's been here a long time. What have we got in here? And it's a packet for a knife. I think I've just found some kind of note in a bag. It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here, and I'm not sure what this means.
Early on, he came across an abandoned bike, still in good condition, near the path. Nearby, he found an empty knife packaging and a plastic bag with a note. The note included the date December 11th and referenced a local police station, possibly marking the belongings as evidence from a past case. The Japanese government has tried to reduce the forest's allure by placing signs urging people to reconsider, installing cameras, and training volunteers to support anyone in distress. But despite these efforts, the forest's tragic reputation remains, a reminder of the delicate balance between nature's beauty and the need for mental health support. A dash cam in China captured a truly shocking video. In the clip, a driver named Kwong is driving along when he spots something worrying. A truck ahead is acting strangely while coming down a hill, likely due to brake failure. Realizing the danger, Kwong quickly decides to reverse his car. His quick thinking and calm actions helped avoid a serious accident. Kwong reminds all drivers to stay alert, as quick reactions can be life-saving in moments like this. In this clip from Summit or Nothing, we follow Trevor on a solo camping trip in Dartmoor, England, as he takes on the eerie November fog alone. After a tough climb to Great Links tour, he finds a good spot to set up camp, surrounded by mist and silence.
This looks like the perfect spot. Perfect pitch. It's nice and level. Seems to be enough room to get a tent up. There we go. So that's where I'm going to be sleeping tonight. Looks quite level. Right, so I'm going to finish pegging it out and get in.
Feeling accomplished, Trevor settles into his tent, unaware of the surprise visitor he's about to meet. As the night deepens, the fog grows thicker, casting a haunting quiet over the landscape. Just as Trevor starts to relax, he's startled by strange sounds right next to his tent.
Get quite cold in the winter, perhaps. But it's really no more mesh than... Wait! What are you doing? Don't eat my poles. No, 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 no. Go on. Go away. You're eating my ropes. You're going to snap on my ropes, you little git. Come on. Lick off. Go on. You're not coming in here. Good boy.
Heart racing, he calls out to the mysterious intruder and peeks outside only to find a curious wild horse nibbling on his tent ropes. Relieved that it's just a horse, he shoos it away and spends the rest of the night in peace. Though it was just a harmless encounter, the spooky atmosphere made it feel much scarier than it was. In this video from Casablanca, Morocco, filmed in late 2022, things begin with what seems like a harmless fog-like cloud near the ground. However, this wasn't fog, it was a cloud of gas leaking from a propane tank. The situation quickly turned dangerous when a large fire ignited the gas, causing massive flames to erupt.
بزاف هانتوما كتشوفوا راه جاي دابا عندنا ولا جاي عندنا بزاف غادي وكيتزاد ها انتو شوفوا كيفاش كيبان اخويا ما كيحاولنا نبعدوا اخويا راه حنا طلعنا دابا الفوق مازال لا يسالك العافيه انا لله وانا اليه راجعون الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر لا اله الا الله لا اله الا الله.
Thankfully, all residents made it out safely, though local reports confirmed that up to 5 fire trucks were lost trying to control the intense blaze. Authorities quickly evacuated nearby residents, ensuring everyone stayed safe from the fire's path. Kenny, of all trades a YouTuber and avid truck camper from Minnesota, often heads into the wilderness for one-night adventures with his dog. In this video, he finds a secluded spot on Pine Mountain Forest Road, hoping for a relaxing evening.
Answer the question, is it worth it to get the camper ready, take off into the woods, and try and find a spot for an epic adventure only having one night? That's what we do almost every week.
As the night unfolds, though, things start to feel a bit eerie. While getting his campfire going, Kenny hears strange noises around him in the quiet woods.
It is so good. It was a super easy one-pot meal.
Though he chalks it up to the natural sounds of the forest, curiosity takes over, and he ventures out with a flashlight.
Tonight, I got stuff going on all around me. I'm hearing crashes in the woods over here and crashes over there. And it's probably just something as simple as leaves falling, but in dead silence, everything sounds so much louder. I do got the flashlight out here though, just in case.
Let's go down the road a little ways. I thought I just saw a flash. Man, all kinds of noises. That flash could have been a reflector or something. It's a beautiful moon tonight. Almost a full moon. Well, now I'm starting to get bats darting around the light. Probably head back to the camper. There's definitely some noise in this woods. Well, I think I'm just gonna sit around the fire for the next 45 minutes and go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. You hear that? I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm laying in bed and it sounds like something is being thrown at the camper. It's like 3 a.m. I gotta go to bed. See what I'm talking about?
As he investigates, he notices flashes and more odd noises, feeling increasingly on edge. Later, back in his camper, the unsettling sounds continue, with something seeming to hit the camper at 3 a.m., making for a long, intense night. Kenny's experience captures that unnerving feeling of being alone in the woods, where every sound seems amplified and mysterious. In this intense video, Chad from Shaw Chad and his friends set out to spend the night in an eerie, abandoned farmhouse from the 1800s, rumored to have spirits lingering on the property. Right from the start, they experience paranormal activity.
People possibly buried on the land somewhere here. So we're gonna try and find these things out tonight. We're also gonna be camping here for the night. So I'm not sure if you're ready for that. Yeah, we got the tent. And we're gonna try and camp out for the night. So we're gonna be here all night. We're gonna see what we can find. We're gonna see what happens.
Footsteps echo upstairs. Mysterious voices speak through their spirit talker device, and objects are seemingly thrown at them.
Start walking upstairs.
Are you upstairs?
It sounded like somebody was walking.
Frustration.
Frustration. Are you frustrated because someone shot you? Maybe you touched the antenna that's sticking up out of it. What was that?
Hello? I don't know, it was like I stepped or something.
Our remains.
Your remains? Are you buried here? On the property somewhere?
When the cabin becomes active.
Why? Why? Whoa! That thing just fell over. That thing just fell over right there. That thing just freaking fell over, bro.
That was so loud too, bro.
Goodbye, friend.
Goodbye, friend.
Goodbye, friend. You trying to scare me out of here? That's not gonna scare me.
You want to leave?
It did scare me, actually, but that wasn't enough to scare me out of the house. I can't believe I just saw that. There's no one out here.
Chisa.
What?
There's a little head in the stairs. My head just popped up.
Where?
Right here on the left window on the top.
What do you mean?
Somebody's here.
What are you talking about?
I heard something like a little like knock. And a head literally just popped up right there. Hello?
That window right there?
Yeah. Look like a female.
Who's in there? Sarah? We have eyes on you!
They're looking at, I'm telling you, bro.
We have eyes on you after he saw somebody in the window. Oh, let's head out the window.
Get out and leave.
Get out and leave.
Get out and leave.
Why? What you gonna do? What happens if we stay?
Get out and leave. Well, apparently you don't want us here.
Yeah. And I heard a loud knock too there.
Oh no, dude. Dude, this house is terrifying. Let's try and find the basement.
That basement out there, it has, I feel like something buried. It was talking about something about being buried, right?
Remains.
Remains. So who knows?
Bodies below.
And literally talking about
It literally just said bodies below.
Their investigation uncovers chilling messages from the spirit talker, including references to remains, and bodies below, sparking a terrifying search for a basement entrance. After finally finding the basement, Chad bravely jumps down, despite the stairs being gone. The space is filled with unsettling energy, and strange noises seem to follow him. Just when they think it couldn't get any more intense, objects are thrown in their direction, and a chilling warning about a bad lady sends them back up the stairs.
What is that?
Oh, that sounds like something dragging on the floor.
It was shaking though. Hello, are you there?
What the hell?
He has his eye on you.
That's so crazy, dude. It's so creepy down here.
The bad lady's here.
No! No, 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 no. Yo.
Yeah.
The bad lady's here.
The bad lady.
Is that you, Mabel? Are you the bad lady? Oh no. We'll see how strong I am right now.
Yeah, you got upper body strength, buddy. Come on, let's go.
Lord help me.
Be careful too.
Get down here, bro. Oh shit. Yeah.
Even as they try to sleep, the night isn't over. Footsteps and banging noises disturb them, and facial recognition on their camera even picks up a presence nearby. Their experience in this haunted farmhouse raises more questions than answers, and the adventure promises chills for any viewer brave enough to watch. On a chilling November night in 2020, YouTuber Briscoe Park braved the darkness to explore an abandoned house, capturing every eerie moment. His camera documented the haunting silence of the old, desolate building, evoking an atmosphere reminiscent of the Blair Witch Project. For the first few minutes, Briscoe encountered nothing unusual, only the quiet whispers of forgotten spaces and creaking sounds disturbing the stillness. But as the 2-minute mark approached, things took a sinister turn.
Shadow emerges from the darkness. About half a minute later, as Briscoe steps into the room to investigate, he becomes the unwitting focus of another chilling occurrence.
Passing a dimly lit window, the camera caught a shadow lurking in the darkness, its ominous form barely visible. Then, as he ventured into the dimly lit blue room to investigate, a pair of eyes briefly spied on him through a nearby window before disappearing. Carlin Amor, an Argentine woman, has been hearing strange noises echoing from her basement. Curious yet uneasy, she decides to record herself investigating the source of these sounds. Armed with a camera, Carlin carefully makes her way down the stairs, each step amplifying the suspense. As she reaches the bottom, she flicks on the lights to illuminate the eerie darkness. But despite the unsettling noises, she finds nothing waiting for her.
Sora. Sora, subí. Mira.
This chilling encounter leaves both Carlin and viewers on edge, wondering what might be lurking just out of sight. A man begins to notice strange and unexplainable movements around his home, objects shifting inexplicably without cause. At first, he dismisses it as minor disturbances, like the blinds moving or things falling due to a draft. However, as more items begin to move on their own within a short span of time, he becomes increasingly alarmed and decides to record the events.
And just stuff is moving, right? So this has moved. I thought it was because maybe one of the things is stuck in the
the blinds and I closed the blinds, but that was one thing. The bike then fell, and I'm just kind of now trying. I tried to film other stuff when the bike moved, and I deleted that video because nothing happened. But I'm just trying to see if I'm going mad and want to catch something. I've noticed things in this flat for quite a while, but I've always put them down to like neighbours' noise or whatever it might be. Please, by all means, feel free to move something. Move one of the leaves here, move one of the leaves there, I don't know, whatever you want to move. Move the bike again, or the remote here. Don't be scared. Although I am a little bit scared. It's one of those horrible situations where you kind of want to off. There is no way. I'm so glad I got that on recording. I don't know, I'm coughing all of a sudden. Holy sorry for swearing, by the way. Oh my god. I'm so happy that I've just got that on tape. And like this, this isn't like attached to anything. Like there's nothing attached to it. Like I haven't kicked it, I haven't moved anything. It's been, I don't know how it was now, but it's been kind of propped up for a long time. I'm gonna lay it down a bit more. I absolutely knew that
The footage captures the eerie phenomenon as items such as a bike and even the neck of a guitar move without any apparent reason. The man, initially skeptical, now realizes he's experiencing something far more unsettling than he could have imagined. Though he's both scared and fascinated, he's relieved to finally capture the strange occurrences on tape, leaving him with a sense of dread and a question about the unseen forces at play in his. On August 3, 2023, a group of explorers entered an abandoned house, greeted only by eerie silence. As they moved deeper inside, they were startled to spot a child standing alone in one of the rooms, motionless, staring at them. Thinking he might be lost, they tried to approach, but just as they stepped closer, the door slammed shut with a deafening bang, echoing through the house. When they turned back, the child had vanished. Terrified, they fled the house in a panic. The experience left them shaken, wondering if the child had been possessed by something. Christian Breen recently shared a bizarre video from his friend Amanda, a medium with years of experience communicating with the deceased. On a live stream with two friends, Amanda's attention was suddenly drawn to a corner of the room, where she sensed something unusual. At first, she thought her husband Brendan was playing a prank on her, but when she opened the door, there was no one there.
You good?
Like 10 minutes this went on, and I'm like, oh my god, could you stop?
Oh, you're looking at your cat.
No, somebody just walked through my kitchen and Bobby freaked out. Did you see him run?
I saw it, yeah.
He's still sitting there looking at it.
Is it? He's like, damn, yeah, I saw his tail.
I'll move.
Is the person still there?
Bobby, you okay? I don't know. It still like feels really weird in here, but I only saw that like for a second. That's also the same. Oh my god, it's Brendan. He's outside now. Thank God. Brendan? No, he's not.
Stop, Amanda. No, it's not.
No, he's not. There's literally.
Wait, how'd your door just open?
No one's out there.
You're lying.
How did her door
no,
just open?
I'm not.
Is he messing with you?
No.
Oh, your mom or something.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna text someone.
Tell him to come down here.
I literally live in the middle of nowhere. You guys saw my door open.
Yes. That was the craziest thing I've ever.
Feeling an increasing sense of unease, Amanda instinctively locked the door. The strange behavior of her cat further heightened her suspicion that something wasn't right. As the tension grew, Amanda realized there was a dangerous presence nearby, but when she looked outside, it was empty. The events that followed remain a mystery, and until Christian provides more details, the eerie encounter continues to puzzle those who watched the footage. As this pilot tried to land on a makeshift runway, things quickly went off course literally. It looks like someone's going to need some new landing gear after that mishap.